The Dunning-Kruger effect is one of the most fascinating and honestly hilarious psychological phenomena ever discovered. It basically says that the less people know, the more confident they are about what they know. Meanwhile, the people who are actually skilled, educated, or self-aware tend to doubt themselves more. Sounds backwards, right? But it's real, and it affects everything from your workplace to politics to your social media feed. This all started back in 1999 with two psychologists, David Dunning and Justin Kruger at Cornell University. They noticed something strange. People who performed the worst on logic, grammar, and humor tests were the most confident in their answers. They literally thought they were above average, even when they were dead wrong. The smartest people, on the other hand, underestimated themselves. They assumed others were just as capable as they were, so they downplayed their own skill. To put it simply, stupid people don't know they're stupid, and smart people don't realize how smart they are. Now, before that offends anyone, here's the twist. This effect isn't about intelligence alone, it's about self-awareness. When you're new to something, you don't know what you don't know. You can't see the full scope of what's difficult yet, so everything feels easy, until you get better and realize how complex it really is. That's when the confidence crash hits. If you've ever learned a new skill, like guitar, coding, photography, or even dating, you've probably experienced this curve. At first, you think, "This is easy, I got this." If you've never touched an instrument in your life. Then, once you gain a little experience, you realize how little you actually know. Confidence drops. But if you stick with it, your skill rises again, and your confidence becomes grounded in reality. That's the Dunning-Kruger curve in action. You start with Mount Stupid, where confidence peaks early. Then comes the Valley of Despair, when you realize how much you suck. Eventually, you climb the slope of enlightenment, where true mastery grows. But here's why this matters. We live in a world built on Mount Stupid. Social media has given everyone a microphone, even the people who shouldn't have one. Everyone's an expert online. Health coaches who've never studied biology, investors who've never seen a bear market, and dating gurus who can't keep a relationship. The internet amplifies overconfidence and drowns out the quiet competence of people who actually know what they're talking about. And the scary part? The Dunning-Kruger effect doesn't just make people overconfident, it makes them resistant to correction. They're so sure they're right that even when shown evidence, they double down. Ever argued with someone online who's completely wrong but keeps defending their nonsense? That's it. That's Dunning-Kruger in full bloom. But before we point fingers, let's be honest. We've all been there. Every single one of us has had a Mount Stupid moment. The first time you learned about nutrition and suddenly you thought you could give everyone diet advice. The first time you read a self-help book and you started diagnosing everyone's emotional issues. We all go through it, and the problem isn't having confidence. The problem is thinking confidence equals competence. So how do you avoid being that person? The answer isn't to doubt yourself into paralysis, it's to stay curious. Ask questions. Listen more. Recognize that confidence without skill is a trap, but skill without confidence is wasted potential. The balance comes from humility, the kind that says, "I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn." There's another layer to this too. The Dunning-Kruger effect affects how we see others. The people who seem the loudest, most certain, and most charismatic often get the most attention. Politicians, influencers, even CEOs. Confidence sells. But here's the catch. Just because someone speaks with authority doesn't mean they are an authority. Real experts often sound uncertain because they actually understand the complexity of things. They know there are variables, exceptions, and unknowns. That's the sign of true wisdom. Measured, grounded confidence. In a way, the Dunning-Kruger effect is both a warning and a mirror. It warns us about those who shout the loudest, but it also reminds us to check ourselves. The more you know, the easier it is to forget how far you've come, and the harder it is to see how little others see. So the next time you find yourself absolutely sure about something, pause for a second. Ask yourself, do I actually have enough experience on this topic? Or am I just standing on Mount Stupid with a loud microphone? And the next time someone else sounds way too confident, remember, confidence is cheap. Competence is earned. In the end, the Dunning-Kruger effect is less about intelligence and more about self-awareness. The smartest people aren't the ones who know everything. They're the ones who know how much they don't know. And that's the real wisdom most people never reach. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Until next time.